national headlines tonight. Police say a man took his own life after getting caught committing a sex crime in the drive-thru of a coffee shop in Tempe, and video of him was posted online.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
Officers say 27-year-old Nautica Malone of Goodyear went to Bikini Beans Coffee last Thursday on Scottsdale Road. They say a female worker taking orders outside spotted him inappropriately touching himself, alerted the manager, and when he drove up to the window, police say the manager confronted him with her cell phone and recorded video of him without his pants on. That video has been widely shared online. On Saturday, 2 days later, investigators say Malone died by suicide in Tolson. That same night, they say his family members went to Bikini Beans and got aggressive with staff over Malone's death. Tolson police are now handling the death investigation.
What?
In a statement to Fox 10, Bikini Beans Coffee says, quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the individual involved during this difficult time. This was an unfortunate and tragic situation. As a company, the safety of our employees is always our top priority. In this case, an individual chose to commit a crime at one of our locations. We take incidents like this very seriously and remain committed to protecting our team and maintaining a safe and respectful environment.
Wow.
Thank you for your continued support."
Got a Fox 10 invest.
Okay. All right. Couple things. So in the last video I did about Officer McNasty, right? The Florida deputy that ended up running into the back end of a older woman while he was busy watching inappropriate material on his cell phone, right? So in that video, I talked about the dichotomy between men and women and the seriousness and possible danger of subjecting yourself to that type of content over a long period of time, or even a short period of time, depending on who you are and your mental stability, right? And the reason that I thought it was a good idea to bring that up is because it really impacts and shows, it really shows that the impact, or how the impact rather, of watching that type of material, the difference and the disconnect that it can create between men and women. Because I mentioned in the video how if you are watching something like that over a long period of time, it can begin to shape and mold your mind. You start looking at women as nothing more than sexual objects here to do your bidding and please you sexually, and you know they're here for your gratification. So there's a really, really, really strong danger of that, right? And so I talked about how we need to ward ourselves, men and young boys, young men, we need to ward ourselves and guard up against that. And you know, you do that by getting rid of, you know, certain types of social media, unfollowing the baddies on Instagram, you know, staying away from specific sites or whatever, you know, y'all know what it is that I'm talking about. But the reason that it was so important to touch on those things is because of situations like this right here. Now, let's talk about this a little bit, right? Because on one hand, you know, a life was lost, and that is extremely sad. So let me say that first and foremost. A life was lost. That's extremely sad. Number two, I did not know that the family had gone up to Bikini, this Bikini Coffee shop, and started harassing and getting into it with the workers there. I did come across something on my timeline that I saved just to bring up for this specific video because I knew I would be talking about this. And we're going to go into that in a second. We're going to get into how this young man's mother reacted to this entire situation. But it just goes to show you that no matter what form or facet it's in, accountability just will not be taken. Humans are allergic to accountability, and more specifically, women. And I say that because it's his mother who was allergic, in this case, to accountability in any form or fashion. She doesn't want to take any of that for herself or her son. Because you would think that the natural response to something like this would be, if your son got caught doing this, you would think that the response would be, wow, I can't believe he did something like this. You know, I didn't raise him this way. It's shocking to us, you know, etc. Right? No, that's not the response that we got. That's not the response at all. And I did not know, again, that this family rolled up on Bikini Coffee Shop and started getting into it with the associates there. Why? What did they do wrong? What the hell did they do wrong? But we're going to get into what she said right here. And then I'm going to get into why this dude just failed his entire family. He failed his entire family. And we're not going to gloss over that, and I can't let that go. Sorry, it's sad that he lost his life, but we cannot absolve him of what he did. Because this is tenfold. It's bad all the way around. All the way around. So let's get into it. So after he rose up to the coffee shop, gets confronted by the employee. Here's what I didn't know either. I didn't know that they had already caught him previously outside. So you was outside in the parking lot, beating your meat in the car, hoping to get seen, because there's a whole genre of this shit, okay? There's a whole genre of this shit in the porn industry. It's on some voyeur type, like, you know, people that get off on voyeur activity, which is basically somebody else seeing them do something, somebody else watching them, somebody else, you know, seeing them carry out these acts out in the open and in the public, right? So you rolled up to the coffee shop. You proceed to get ass naked from the waist down. You in the coffee shop parking lot, beating your meat, hoping to get seen because you're getting a thrill out of this, right? Again, this touches on the dichotomy between men and women when you subject yourself to that type of thinking. And I heard people, let me say this too. I heard people talking about the coffee shop like, oh, y'all coming after him. Y'all half dressed in there too. Yo, I know we not doing that, right? We not doing that, right? We are not about to sit here. I'm not about to sit here and let y'all sit up here and justify what this man did because he was going to a coffee shop where they have half-naked women. That's their job, to walk around in bikinis. That's in the name. You know what you're getting when you get there. I'll tell you what, if you believe that it's okay to ride up to a coffee shop ass naked from the waist down, if you believe that that's okay, I'm going to tell you something else that you should try too. Go to your local strip club. And before you pull into the parking lot, I want you to strip everything off. Just get completely naked. Go ahead. Take everything off. And then go ahead, proceed to go up to the door and try to get in. The bouncer is going to bounce your ass right up out of there and call the police. Is you crazy? They're going to look at you like you fucking nuts. And your response can't be, well, everybody in there is naked. What? That's the same thing. This is the same situation. I dare y'all. Go ahead. For those of y'all that think that this dude was justified in what he did, go ahead. Try it. Try it. Try what he did. So getting back to it, he drives up to this coffee shop, ass naked from the waist down, beating off in the parking lot, hoping to get seen because he's getting a thrill out of the chase of somebody seeing him. They walked out there, they saw him, they reported him, they came back in and said, yo, it's somebody out there that's stroking a chicken. He choking the chicken in the car. So he says, you know what? I'm not satisfied with being parked right here and doing it. I need to get closer to the action. I need to get y'all closer to the action. I need you, the women, the girls, to see what I'm doing out here. So this dude, he says, I'm going to go through the drive-thru. And pulls up to the drive-thru, y'all, with his meat out. Now, I don't know. I haven't seen any uncensored pictures, so I don't know, okay? But I'm going to say this. I hope the reason that you took yourself out the game is not because you got little meat. Listen. It's one thing to be trying to do this. That's egregious in itself. But if you trying to do this and you insecure about your little meat being seen and shown online, bro, what was you doing? You should have never ever did. Not you. You didn't have the equipment for this. Because, it could have went the other way. That y'all know how, I know how women are. Y'all can pretend y'all don't, but I see them in the comments. If it was some meat that was up there, then you would have been a hero. They would have praised you online. But if it's the other way around, you about to be the laughing stock. But anyway, let's get back to it. So you pull up there to the drive-thru because you're not satisfied with just parked or being parked off in the corner doing your creep shit, right? Boom. Manager's ready. Why? We saw you coming. We knew you was coming. We heard about you. They already reported you. Got you on video. She records him the whole time. And then you see his face, the shock on his face. Because he pulls up with a smile on his face. He's smiling from ear to ear. Like he's just having a good time. Ready to show the meats. But he's surprised. Oh, you didn't expect this. You can see the shock on his face, and you can simultaneously see the shock and the horror at the same time on his face once he realizes, oh shit, the gig is up. I'm out. And the terrible thing about it, he couldn't peel out like he wanted to because it was a truck right in front of him. It was a truck right in front of him as he tried to peel out and turn the corner. So he had to wait for the truck to pull off, and then he could go and peel out. But then this dude says, all right. He gets home, I'm assuming, realizes what's about to happen. He knows this is about to go viral. He knows he has just been recorded on somebody's phone, and this is about to be everywhere. So what does he do? He says, I got you. Y'all think I'm going to face the consequences of this? Nope. I'm up out of here. Huh? Bro. You want to talk about going from 0 to 60? Bro, you took this shit way too far. This was completely unnecessary. This was the completely unnecessary reaction to what happened. You should have just took your L. You would have certainly been arrested for it because this is a crime. You certainly would have been a sex offender for the rest of your days. You would have been put on the registry. I get it. You don't want to, but you shouldn't have did this then. If you didn't think of, this is somebody who did not think through the consequences of his actions. The horny got to him before the thoughts of consequences did. You can see it. This is exactly what happened. This is why I say, men, we got to get control over that shit. I'm never going to stop preaching that. Never, ever. I see way too many instances where it's not happening for me to stop. The horny completely overshadowed and overtook reasonable, conscious decisions. And when that happens, this is what you get. And he says, I'm going to take myself out the game. Bro, you got a whole family. This dude failed his entire family. You got a wife. You got kids. And you going to say, fuck everybody, I'm out. So not only are you egregiously nasty and perverted, but you're also selfish? All right. So let's get to what his mom had to say. Let's see where he gets it from. This is his mother's post. After he took his life, she took to the internet to basically bash the coffee shop and the person who recorded the incident. She says, this is the blank that went up to my son's car and recorded this video that caused him to take his life. So she's basically trying to out the girl, the manager who recorded this incident, and she wants everybody to start trashing her. Unbelievable. She says she invaded his privacy by going up to his car. Please share this picture of this blank so that we can make her pay. Justice for Nautica, baby boy. Your mom is fighting for you. I'm not going to rest until you have peace. Love you, my son. Gone way too soon. Let's make this girl pay, please. Everyone share this picture with all of your friends on every social media platform. Thank you so very much in advance for your help. Yo, life isn't real. If I hadn't read it and seen it with my own two eyes, I wouldn't believe it. This mother believes her son did nothing wrong. She says that the woman who took the photo invaded his privacy, took this video that she invaded his privacy. Now she wants the community to jump at her, to get at her, because your son was in the wrong. Now it all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense. Now we understand who raised him. Full circle moment. Full circle moment. She talking about making a girl pay. Bitch, what? Making a girl pay for what? What did the girl do? She came to work. All she did was clock in. She didn't expect your son to pull up around the corner with his meat out, with a Grinch smile on his face, trying to get his rocks off. She didn't. You notice she didn't address that at all, except to say that his privacy was invaded. What? When you pull up to a window, a drive-through window, and you roll down your window and you ain't got no fucking pants on or drawers, you think that's an invasion of privacy? I told y'all, there is no accountability to be found anywhere. Anywhere. And now it all makes sense of where. And the bad thing about it is that his wife and his kid has to sit by and go through and deal with the aftermath of this bullshit that your selfish ass done left them with. You took yourself up out the game. Now your kid and your wife has to deal with everything that comes after that, which is a shit storm of media attention that they, I'm sure, don't need, especially after you self-delete. But this is what we're dealing with. This is the day and age that we're dealing with, where people have the audacity to talk about how they have been wronged. And instead of accepting the consequences that came along with your actions, you decide, I don't want to deal with none of this shit. I'm up out of here. I'm gone. Y'all deal with it. What? Yo, let me say this. For anybody out there that's struggling with any type of, situation like this, or you're struggling with thoughts, get help, seek help, and talk to somebody. You certainly don't take yourself out the game and leave your family to struggle without you. This dude straight abandoned his commitment because he got caught jerking off in the fucking parking lot being nasty as hell. And instead of taking the consequences and accepting his L like a man, he decided, nah, fuck y'all, fuck everybody. I'm out of here. You don't do that shit. That's weak as hell. This is a sad situation all around, y'all. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Men, take care of yourself. Get control of that sexual libido. It is not a game. Later.